So as a tech content creator, and even before then, I've always loved anything tech, whether it was gaming consoles or the latest smartphones. And ever since I joined the Samsung Galaxy family back when I got my S3, I have been hooked. Now, I never really had the best Galaxy device or even the newest one apart from a few instances, but I never really had a want or need to switch. And for the last couple of months, I've been able to daily drive the amazing Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. So let me take you through a day in the life with me and this device and the features that I actually use. So during the day, I am a creative manager at a digital media agency. So my day consists of a lot of meetings, planning, emails, and creating and consuming content. And a lot of the features on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra are actually great for both the work and the creative side of my day. So one feature I actually really make use of a lot is Note Assist, and what it allows me to do is record meetings directly to my phone, create transcriptions if I ever need to run back and see what someone said, but then I can also create a summary of the entire meeting to easily share that with my colleagues, or just simply as a recap after the meeting to ensure that I don't miss anything and that the client has a summary as well to ensure we are all on the same page. Now, this doesn't always have to be a voice note either. I oftentimes find myself just making notes during a meeting or while planning my day out, and Samsung has really made it easy, as you just need to remove the S Pen while your device is locked, and then you can simply start writing. After you've made your notes or list or whatever it is, you can select everything and have a bunch of different options available. Whether that is simply straightening your handwriting or turning it into text, you do have a lot of options available. From the notes section, you can also create a summary if you wanted to get a recap of everything. That is also really easy to do. And then this isn't really a part of Note Assist, but it is a feature I use a lot as well, and that is Tone Assist, if I can call it anything. And what it does is allows you to type out anything, whether that is text or an email, and then you select it all, and then you're able to select a different tone you would want to use, whether that is more casual tone, or if you want to edit it for a caption for a social media post, or if you simply want to rewrite it and be more professional. You can do all of that by simply writing the main idea down of what you want to say and letting Galaxy AI do the rest. The next feature I actually use a lot is Circle to Search, and I use it both at work as well as personally at home. And ever since I saw the feature back at the launch event, I really fell in love. But I do have to admit that back then, I didn't really think I would use it all that much. And for the first couple of weeks owning the device, I actually forgot that it was a feature. But when I rediscovered it, it actually became such an amazing tool. Now, I use it as mainly to either find info on something. So I have, for example, used it to figure out what type of animal something is from a picture or video. I've used it to get info on dishes and try and get recipes. I've even used it to try and get more info on gear that other people are using, which has really been helpful. But then I've also used it to simply try and find desktop items to use in B-roll for my videos, as I oftentimes see these amazing looking desk setups and items in B-roll shots, and then I can simply circle the item and see what it is and where to potentially even buy that item, or at least something similar. And then lastly, I make use of AI editing and quick share almost daily at this point. So at work, we do have a podcast, and one of the camera angles we use is just my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and it does an amazing job firstly with the video, but then I usually have a 4 to 5 gig video file that I need to share with the editor, and in the past it could have been a slight problem, but now I just simply use quick share, and regardless of the device that they are using, I can share the file as long as it is under 5 gigabytes. So what I usually do is straight after recording, I select quick share and then send via QR code. And what that does is simply upload it to the Samsung Cloud, where it will be available for the next few days for anybody with the link or that scans the QR code to download. This really is a seamless process, as I don't have to try and find that person, sit by their desk while the files transfer. I can simply start the upload as soon as we are done filming, send the download code, and alert them as soon as it is available for them to download, and everyone can go about their day as normal. So that is really a great feature. But then I also use AI editing a lot, actually, whether that is just to reframe images, remove people or leaves out of photos, and having the ability to do it on my device is great. And I don't need to import it to any other software. I can simply edit it in Gallery and then share it to socials or friends from there. So this is honestly probably my least used feature, and I haven't even really made use of it to its fullest capacity, but it is an amazing feature. And if you pair that with a good mobile video editor, you honestly don't even need a PC for most of the video content you create, as this device is capable of doing most of that anyway. And then there are features that I use here and there, like translation, which I was able to use twice since I've had it for actual meetings, which was great and cool to see. But my day-to-day doesn't really require those, but I am planning on traveling abroad this year, and then I might be able to use it a little bit more. Plus, I've been learning Japanese, so it might also be a good tool to practice speaking by speaking into the phone and seeing what it translates to in English. But that is also just a really specific use case. But if you need to translate a lot in person or even over the phone, then this could be an amazing feature for you. Now, from using this device daily for the last couple of months, I have to say that this device isn't perfect, and probably one of the big positives is also one of the big negatives as well, and that is just the sheer size of this device. Now, I have to say that it doesn't really feel as big as it is, but as soon as you try and put it in your pockets, sometimes it does fall out or tend to sort of lean out of your pocket, which can be fairly stressful. And then for people with smaller hands, it is a bit of a struggle since one-handed use can be complicated. Now, of course, there is a workaround with one-handed mode, which can easily be triggered by simply swiping down on the bottom, and then you can resize the display and change the position just to make it easier to use with one hand if you really need to use it in that situation. Now, for me at least, this isn't the biggest problem, and after using it for a couple of months, I have to say that I actually really enjoy the size now, and anytime I have to use my S23, it actually just feels weird and a little bit too small. But that is how I use my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra and how it has been able to make my life easier. Now, I have to admit that at the launch, a bunch of these features did feel gimmicky, and I thought that I wouldn't use them at all. But after spending some time with the device and actively forcing myself to use them at first, they have become an integral part of my daily routine, and it really just makes my daily tasks so much easier. But what are your favorite AI features that I have mentioned, or what are the features that you actually use daily? Let me know down in the comments below, and then until next time, cheers.